Welcome back to another stint of my South African garden adventure. On this occasion I was lucky enough to blag a lift on a work trip to visit Calitzdorp, a little town about 4.5 hours east of Pt.1. As per usual, the scenery is magnificent, with outstanding views of Cape Fold mountain ranges along the way. After a short while, the vegetation changes to incorporate a range of plants more suited to arid environments. Pink flowering succulent mesems announce themselves alongside dishevelled trunking aloes and glaucous blob-like cotyledons. We arrived just before sundown to find the peaceful town of Calitzdorp glowing in the fading light. I settle into my digs and enjoy a good meal with a traditional malva pudding and some Namibian beer, as well as a cheeky glass of local port before hitting the sheet ready for a big day ahead. The main reason for the trip was to attend the annual Vetplantfees, or Succulent Festival, hosted by the Calitzdorp Succulent Society. The venue of choice is the converted railway station, offering plenty of space for plant stalls, lectures, various exhibitions and a decent spot for camping. Here, the daytime summer temperatures can easily reach up to 40 degrees C, and the winter lows offer occasional frosty snaps. The town itself lies sandwiched between two mountain ranges, with the Swartberg to the north and the Rooiberg to the south. This puts Calitzdorp in a rain shadow, meaning they average around 200 millimeters of precipitation a year. These environmental factors lead to a wide range of xerophytes and succulents calling these lands home. One native I came to love is Portulacaria afra, or speckboom, which translates to bacon tree. It's a fantastic succulent with edible and medicinal properties and a wonderful all-rounder for wildlife. After having a good old mosey around, I made my way into the main areas to check out the plant exhibitions. The theme for this year's festival is Haworthias, a group of plants I've grown to love over the course of my time in the country. There were some particularly beautiful plants on show, as well as some incredible botanical paintings at reasonable prices. I was tempted to make some acquisitions, but remembered I still had a whole 10 weeks of exploring to fund. Outside, more spending temptation in the form of potted plants, some of which we'll come to see whilst exploring in the veld in the coming days. After a couple of thoroughly enjoyable lectures, we decided to crack on with looking at plants in the wild. After a 15-minute drive, we arrived beside a river and wander further into the valley. It's a great opportunity to share company with such knowledgeable plants people. Nearly everything is new to me, so I pick the brains of these gentlemen at every occasion. Along the way are pendulous yellow propeller-like blooms of various Hemanias, and we get a glimpse of flowering aloes halfway up the cliff face, well out of reach. We venture further along, ducking past the striking sweet thorn trees and clamber over rock formations, passing many goodies along the way. One plant I was interested to see, which shared a distinct resemblance to the familiar garden plant Melianthus major, was the tufted honeyflower, or Melianthus comosus, with its sunbird pollinated flowers containing a dark black nectar. I was excited to encounter my first wild Haworthia perched on a shelf at head height beside some extraordinary Haemanthus species with some unusual spotted markings on the leaves. Nearby, the flowing filament-like leaves of what I suspect to be a Strumeria and the flowering aloes are slowly getting within reach. The valley is lush and beautiful at this time of year. it's worthwhile following the northern side of the river, as this has some protection from the scorching summer sun and allows for a much wider range of vegetation to flourish. More Haworthias cling to life on vertical rock faces, and despite its remote location, a few non-natives such as the cast oil plant and Mexican prickly poppy can be found, though it appears they haven't become invasive. Finally, as we make our way back via a different route, we encounter the flowering aloes that have been eluding us. The clump-forming mitre aloe, in full flower, tumbling down the rock with its glaucous spiny leaves and striking domed inflorescence, make for a fantastic scene in the fading light. We hurry back to the truck before last light, but I can't help but get sidetracked with all the new and interesting plants along the way. Join me again next time for part 2, for a full day's botanizing the Succulent Karoo, checking out some really rare and unusual plants. See you then. Goodbye.